Well, it's a well-known sport here on PEI, but harness racing has had its ups and downs elsewhere in this region. Now, after falling behind, harness racing is again making a charge in New Brunswick. Andy Wilson reports.
Bill Watts has spent his life around racehorses, training, driving, and shoeing them. 3 years ago, he feared it was coming to an end.
A fair amount of people getting out of the game, and even for us hardcore people, almost was time to think maybe of, well, what are we going to do after the horses, you know?
But last fall, there was a lifeline. The province encouraged interested parties to form a single organization to work for the industry. Enter Horse Racing New Brunswick, a nonprofit association that won a huge concession from the province. 150 video lottery terminals and the profits they bring. The very form of wagering that most people felt was killing harness racing is now helping it survive.
With you know, different forms of gambling and what have you, like we were really kind of pushed down the totem pole, and we really needed a break from them. Like there's a lot of spin-offs in harness racing, and we were hoping that they would acknowledge that you know, I mean, there is some positive things come out of it too.
Horse Racing NB says the industry is worth $17 million annually, and that figure should only grow with more forms of off-track betting coming soon. While the industry waits for its VLTs, the province has provided $1 million to give harness racing a leg up.
Harness racing, it really reaches out to the rural parts of New Brunswick, and we felt it was important to be there to keep that industry going.
Those in the game say it's been a long time since the future looked this good.
We've got 3 big nights here coming up, Old Home Week next week in Woodstock, and Fredericton's schedule is expanded. St. John is going strong, so we're really optimistic. We're looking at an expansion into smaller markets like Miramichi and Port Elgin in the next year or so.
Track announcer Chris Connor is especially looking forward to calling the races next week in Woodstock.
When you give it a little bit more as a track announcer and they're at the top of the stretch, and then you can actually hear the grandstand, which is full, and they come to their feet because they're so excited. So that's going to be fun to do.
For the first time in years, newcomers are even buying horses, and the veterans don't mind the company.
Once people see that, you know, it is on the upswing, maybe some of the old timers will come back too.
The next card is tonight at Fredericton Raceway. Andy Wilson, CBC News, Fredericton.